Hey guys, thanks for clicking on this video. Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And today we're going to be making some hot peppers, chili poppers. Just everybody has a different name for them, and everybody has a different way of making them. Everybody that eats mine, they say they love them. They're great. They're perfect. So we're going to see if my way is the best way or if your way is the best way. But either way, we're going to make some peppers, and we're going to give them a try. Got my apple cider here. If you didn't see that video, you might want to go back and check that one out, and you'll see how to make the best apple cider, in my opinion, as well. But let's get started. My peppers are already picked out, and I'm going to cut the stems. I'll show you here on one of them, then I'll speed it up, or you ain't watching me cut every one of them, getting every one of them ready. But I just cut the stems off, of course. I take my knife. I do not. Sometimes I will split it if I have to, if it's too small. But otherwise, I'll just take my knife inside of it and go around as far down as I can to get the seeds out. And I'll just scoop them out of there. Get my trash bag over here. Yeah, I'll just kind of scrape all these seeds out, get the insides out, so we can get the cheese and the cream cheese inside of it. Try to get this out here. I'm just take my knife, just rotating it around inside there, kind of scraping it. It's pretty loud inside. We're having it's the New Year's about to be here, so there's quite a few people inside, so I decided I'll just come outside and cook it in the outdoor kitchen. Should be all right. As you can see here, I hope you can see that well, but I got nearly just a whole inside cleaned out. I don't even think there's any seeds at all left inside of there. We don't do it for the hotness, we do it for the flavor, so we don't. I like to get all the seeds that I can out of it. And a lot of people will cut them in half and just do the halves, and then your cheese will melt out. There won't be nothing left. Just, you know, you got to cook it on the side, and just, I don't like that. I like to be able to just stuff it in there and it just stays right there. And you'll see when I'm done cooking, it won't melt out. I mean, that's the best part, is it will not melt and all come out. So I'm gonna get all these cut up and get them prepared, and then I'll slow it back down and we'll go to the next step. Okay guys, I'm finishing up my last jalapeno pepper here that I've got. Not really doing a whole lot this time, but I got one big pepper here that I got, so it's easier to show you exactly how I'm doing the insides. I'm gonna bring you closer so you can see it real good, just in case you can't. I know the lighting's not that great, but I'm gonna bring you in closer so you can see exactly how I'm cleaning it out. Get my camera set good. Okay, now like I was saying here, I just cut the top off, just to whatever. Now these are all these small ones, but I got this one, and I'm gonna try it anyways, but it's just easier for you guys to see it well. And all I do is just cut this inside out. Just cut it loose. Hope you can see well. And I just kind of run my knife along the edges and kind of scrape it a little bit. And just dump it out. I don't like to have hardly any seeds inside of it. Some people do. They like the bite it gives, but I don't like it. That's up to you. If you wanted a few seeds left, you can leave some seeds. But it's also going to affect how well you get your cheese and your cream cheese inside of it. You can see there. You can see it there. But it's hollow. A lot of times people won't clean them out. They just take a few out or whatever and leave it. Well, then they got to mix their cream cheese and their block of cheese together, grind it up and push it in there together to make it, be able to get it inside their peppers, and you don't want to do that. When you do that, it melts out. You'll see that later on if you guys stay tuned. You'll see a few tricks that a lot of people mess up on, and that's why their peppers don't ever work out as great as they like them. a lot of times, like I said, I see a lot of videos where people will say, "Oh man, you know, they didn't work out this time. They, you know, all my cheese melted out, or you know, whatever." Well, there's a few reasons why, and I'm going to show you each of those reasons. I'm going to go ahead and dump all these over here on this tray here. Get all the seeds over here. Okay. Alright, make sure you're set up good. Yeah, that's good. I know you can't really see me very well in there, but you can see what I'm doing. That's the most important part. I'm gonna use this bigger knife for the cheese, just because. Well, there's that strip. You're supposed to pull it open the cheese bag easier. Okay, now I just cut it in small strips, like you're just cutting it up for cheese and crackers or something. If you have a fancy cheese cutter, it might be alright, but I don't. I've just got an old knife. Seems to work just great. But we're going to slice all this up, and then we'll be right back. Alright, I got that all sliced up. If I had one of those fancy cheese cutters, it might be in perfect pieces, but I'm not that worried about it. You're not going to be able to know once they get inside these peppers. And one thing I do is I will cut these in half, but it's not going to be directly in half. I'm just going to cut them this direction. But it all depends on my pepper, on how wide I make it. Because I want to fill it up. I don't want it to be too much. I don't want it to be too little. So I wait until I'm ready to stick it in before I cut it the exact amount off. I'm going to grab my cream cheese. I'm going to cut it the same way, and then we'll start filling these babies up. I'll show you here. It's just the original cream cheese. I use Philadelphia. I don't know, there might be a different brand or something you prefer, but it really doesn't matter. Just cream cheese. Be a pain in the neck. I'm going to do this the exact same way I cut this cheese, just cut it in slices, and then I'll split it in half and I'm ready to put inside my peppers. I try to keep this in the refrigerator where it stays really cold so it doesn't just crush up and push apart so easy. This time I put it in the freezer for a couple of minutes before I got started, just so it'll kind of harden up. But just like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these all sliced up, and then we'll be back in a second. Alright, so we got that all sliced up. Now we got us a pepper here. Pretty good size one, so I'll kind of find a thicker slice of cheese. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just I get it close. Get them seeds off of there. Bugs that are behind me, I'm sure you can hear that. It's a little bit bigger, so I'm going to cut this a little bit more than halfway. Okay, then we do the exact same with my cream cheese here. just lay it on here. And I'm gonna go ahead and this other half, I'll cut it and just put it on top of here. Sometimes I can get it all inside, sometimes you can't, but I try it out like I'm going to be able to start off with, and then go from there if I don't. It's just not really gonna go the whole way, but if you notice, you know, this way it wouldn't really fit, so I just kind of turn it where it just kind of goes in, give a little bit of a tug. I have to mash it down here. Really hope you can see this well. Don't push too hard, of course, you'll bust it all open or break it off and make a big mess, but I'll just kind of push it in, just kind of, you can see there, just kind of mash it in where it goes all the way down to the bottom as much as I can. There it is. Just kind of fill that up because it'll push out inside here, like I said. Get that. You'll have a little bit left over, so you can leave it, cook it, it'll melt off, but I just go ahead and cut it and get it out of the way. Just toss it over here out of the way, and there it is. So I'm gonna get all these filled up. I'll do a couple more slow. You can see and watch exactly how I do it, and then we'll speed it up, and then we'll come back and wrap the bacon around it. But I'll set this over here on my cookie sheet for now. Grab the next. Let's get a smaller one here. I'll just kind of thumb through a little bit smaller. I can use my other half of cheese. And I'll just go ahead and leave this here and use these pieces, but go ahead and cut a new one off. Yeah, we'll just do it that way. Put that with it, do the exact same thing, just cram it in. This one, like I said, it's a little bit smaller, so it doesn't really go in as easy. I'll tell you what I'll just do this time, just to show you guys. But I do sometimes I'll just split it right down on one side, not the whole thing, but one side. You kind of open it up a little bit, and it slides in there a little bit easier and a little bit further down, because you want that cheese all the way down to this end. So I'll just go ahead and mash it down. You split it just a little bit, not too much, because you want to push it right back together. Again, just cut this end off and throw it to the side and get the next one. You see how it looks right there. I mean, this is gonna be great. My mouth's watering already. It's a little bit smaller there, so I'll just use a little bit bigger one here. Cut this one directly in half. Just the biggest mistake a lot of people make, and I haven't seen a video yet where they do not. A lot of people will cut their peppers completely in half, and only use half of it, and they will shred their cheese, mix their cream cheese and their shredded cheese together, and put them in their peppers. That is not the correct way of doing it. I mean, you can do it; it tastes fine, it's all right, but you don't want to. I mean, you want, or I want to be able to have the whole cheese. I don't want it all melted out. And a lot of times when you shred it, it thins it out. So as soon as the heat hits it, it just melts out, unless you got a stand that stands it up. Well, not everybody has one of those. Some people might, but not everybody. You can see on the end there, it didn't fill it up completely, so I went ahead and stuck the end in there just so it's completely full of cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all these done. I'll wait till last to do my end pepper, because a lot of times I'll have all these left over. So what I'm gonna do, just throw them inside here, and I'll have one big one. And my first time doing it this way on this last one, but I'm gonna try it and see how it turns out. Might turn out good, might turn out bad, but we'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get all these filled up, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so we're wrapping up this last one here of the small regular jalapeno peppers. You've noticed on some of them where I got the double cheese on here, it was a little bit, you know, wider at the top, so I just crammed it in there to help fill it up. It never hurts, you can't have too much cheese. So we got all these filled up here, as you can see. So now we're gonna go ahead and fill up the big pepper. We'll see how this is gonna turn out. But you'll get a real good view of exactly how I do it with the big one. And I'm only going to slice this. I think I can fit that whole sucker in there. So I'm going to put that in, and one of these, we'll go ahead and use some of these little small pieces here. I'll put on the end. I want this one crammed full of cheese. It's going to be a really good experiment on this one. And I see something else I can do. Let's put all these small pieces on here also. It's going to be a good one here. Go ahead and just slide it inside there. Mash it in as far as you can get it. There it is. It's going pretty good. Now I'll use my knife here and kind of move them all to one side. And all these extra pieces here, I'm just going to cram them in here and fill this sucker up, and then I'm not wasting it. I guess I could just eat it, but I'm not that fond of cream cheese by itself. So I don't eat this regular cheese, block of cheese with the cream cheese on it neither. But we're just going to cram them all in. And then there it is. This is filled up here. So there it is. You can see it here. Trying to see if you can get this in the camera there. Hold it up here, see if you can see them there. There they are. They're sure looking good. And like I said, I didn't make as many this time as I normally do, but there really is not that many people around here. I don't want to waste them. But probably after one person tries them, I'm not gonna have enough. But anyways, we'll wrap this up, kind of get it covered up. I'm gonna go wash my hands, and I'm gonna go get the coal started, and then we're gonna get this bacon wrapped around it, and we'll get them put on the grill. So be right back. Okay, here we are over here at the grill. Put some charcoal in here. And I want to have you want to have a hot grill. You don't want it cool. You don't want it warm. You want it hot. Got charcoal in there. Go ahead and put a little bit of extra juice on here to get it going. Hey, Titus.
What's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen? We're gonna light it on fire.
Oh yeah.
Now we got grills. We got a couple propane grills and stuff here, but you want fire. You don't want heat, which fires heat. But what I'm saying is you don't want just propane heat. You want actual fire to be cooking these peppers on. That's enough, Titus.
One more, Dad.
Okay, one more, and then that's it. Woo.
I don't want. Oh no!
Yeah, it's good and warm too. It's chilly out here.
I didn't want only this.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Oh.
Yeah, watch out. You bumped the camera. Sorry, guys.
You bought it.
All right, we're gonna let these coals get going here, and then we'll get this grate closed up, put a little bit of wood on it. I guess in the meantime, we can come over here and split a little bit of wood while that's going. So I'll bring you over here. I brought some of my pecan wood. I like to cook with pecan. Set that out of the way. Like I said, I know the lighting's not that great, so bear with me and don't give me too much of a hard time about it. I just like to have some chips, a little bit bigger than that, but about that size there. I don't really want to cut my hand off or nothing. Slivers, I guess is what you'd call it. Since my grill's not really that big. I'm trying to be careful here. I'm not scared of my hatchet or nothing. I just don't want to sling nothing over there and take out my camera. It's pretty dumb, but we got it. Watch out, don't want it to hit you. Back up. Back up a little bit.
Oh. Dang it.
Back up a little bit. No, you can't hold it.
In the middle.
Oh, in the middle, okay.
I do it in the middle. Oh. That one.
Okay, thanks. I'm a helper here with me.
I don't need it, but I don't need no help. And nigga.
You're my helper.
I did.
Yep.
I did hold one.
Okay, back up a little bit.
Oh. That other high.
Yeah.
I do this.
No, don't hit the side, you gotta hit the top.
Yeah. I do it up, then you it height.
Okay.
Let me hold
Alright, sit it right there. It's okay, I don't need that one. Put it down. No, that one's okay. That one's good size. Go ahead and split this one. This size is about good, but I'm gonna go ahead
I
and
did hide
split a little bit more.
that. I guess I do I did hide.
Oh no, I don't want to cut it this way, baby.
Why?
We want it long like that.
Why?
Because that's just how long it's gonna be. You gotta use a chainsaw to cut it that way.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
Better be careful. Back up. Back up. It's not safe. See what happened? That's why I said back up. Go ahead and hit this at a time or two, but it might not split as easy. Okay, back up, baby. Back up a little bit more. No, back up. You gotta be safe. Back up. I said back up.
I want to piece.
No, you can't catch it. Yeah, it's not gonna split. I don't think it would. This is a little bit bigger piece here.
Go!
Got a knot on it. Yeah. No, I don't wanna mess up nothing. I don't wanna mess up. It's not meant for that kind of stuff. Okay, as you can see here, I do got my case here for it. So I do got a young in here. No, that's not ready yet. Just in case somebody falls on it. We'll stack this up and take it over here. We can just set it right here. It'll be all right. No, don't mess with that. You're going to bump it.
Come on.
Make sure you didn't mess it up. I got it. No, it's all right, baby.
Got that. Look at me.
Okay, let's set all these over here. Okay, let's bring it back over here. Still burning quite a bit, but you don't have to let it calm down. You can let some people do, some people don't, I guess, but it's good there. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple chunks on here just so it'll warm it up, have a nice good coals. So we're gonna let that get going, and we'll come back, and after that's going, we'll come back and wipe that grate off before we put the papers on it. But let's go over there. I'm gonna wash my hands up, and then we'll get to wrapping that bacon around them. All right, guys, we're back over here at our peppers. Got our fire going good. We're gonna get this bacon opened up. Get these wrapped up. Slice this open here. All right. So now, I'm gonna save the big one for last. Grab this here. I mean, there's really not much to wrapping the bacon up. Let's take a slice of bacon here. Sometimes I'll cut it up. If it's going to be too many wraps, I'll cut it down or whichever, but a lot of times I'll just try to make the whole piece fit. But I mean, just pretty simple. Just start it on it. Let's just start twisting it around. Try to wrap the whole pepper in it. And what you will, or what you do want to try to do, is you want to get both ends pretty close, because your toothpick is what holds the bacon on to your pepper. Just a little bit back, just jab it all the way through, and just barely comes out the other side, which is okay, because on the grill, sorry about that, my mic's, when you're cooking it on the fire, it will burn the ends of the toothpicks off. So if it doesn't stick out very far, that's a good thing. Just keep on doing the same thing till you get them all wrapped up. Just keep on wrapping. Grab the toothpick, stab it through it. You can leave a little bit hanging off. I mean, you ain't gotta be at the very end. Just close is good enough. And there it is, just like that. Same thing, and set it over. I got some skewers here I'm gonna try. I've never tried it this way, but I seen them tonight, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a shot and see how it turns out, instead of all the toothpicks, because you gotta get going after you cook them and pull them out so you don't bite into them, which you shouldn't, but just in case, you gotta be careful of that. I'm going to try to use these skewers. We cook a few at one time. I'm going to do the same thing I do with the toothpick, just run it at an angle through both ends of my bacon, but I'm going to slide it all the way down, and then now I'm going to have about 3 or 4 on here. We'll see how many fits exactly, but we'll get them on here. So I'm going to get these wrapped up, get them stabbed, and I'll bring you right back. So there it is. Looks like on this one I'm just going to get 3 on here, but that'll be all right. I could put 4, but I really don't want to cram too much, because I want to make sure every bit of them gets the fire, so they cook well, good enough. I may not get them all to fit on these, so I'll just go get more toothpicks if not. This bacon I'm using is pretty thick. It's thick sliced bacon. If I was to, I didn't even dawn on me that it was thick sliced, but you probably want to use thin sliced, just because this is a lot of bacon wrapped around it, which is not a big deal. Bacon, there's nothing wrong with bacon at all. But the problem with that is you've got to make sure that the bacon gets cooked thoroughly and that enough heat gets into your pepper. If you don't get enough heat into your pepper, it'll be crunchy. You don't want a crunchy pepper. You want it to be nice and soft, and we can bite into it well. And that's the reason you want to have the actual fire instead of just the heat.
Tell me on ambulance. Where did I get that stuff? Is that stuff? I don't know what that stuff.
Going ahead, as you can tell here, I am going to go ahead. I've been cutting off a couple pieces here and there, just so it's not so much bacon wrapped around it, because I want to make sure the bacon gets cooked thoroughly and the pepper gets cooked thoroughly. So I'll probably just throw this on the grill while I'm cooking the peppers, and have some nice bacon to eat while we're waiting on the peppers to get done. If I don't use them all, I got some small peppers here. I'll just wrap that up. Now I just have bacon. I change my mind. Now these peppers, when I'm at the lake camping, which we haven't camped in a while, but when we do get to go down the lake and go camping, when I start making these, I mean, we make probably 3-4 dozen at a time, and everybody that's close by, all the neighbors, they come over, they love them. They just, one person starts eating them, and we invite everybody over, but I mean, everybody just loves them. And it's because, I mean, what's best about them is the cheese does not melt out. And you know, I'm saying that so much now. When I get over here cooking them, all my cheese is gonna melt out, because I've been bragging about it. So I should keep my mouth shut, but I don't. But as I was saying, the cheese does not melt out, so that's what makes these so great. But there's just a few key parts that makes it not melt out. I mean, like I was saying, it's you don't shred your cheese. You don't mix it up in a bowl and then just cram it in. You don't use propane. People's done it on a propane grill. I've seen them put it in an oven. You can't make these that way, because it's got to have that direct heat immediately. It can't just sit there and warm up, because by the time the bacon and the pepper's done, then all your cheese is already heated up. It heats up first and it melts out. So that's where a lot of folks will go wrong. And it doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't make it bad. They're still good, but if you want to have a nice hot pepper with the cheese inside of it, that's the mistake you'll get, or the mistake you'll make. Oops, broke that one off. This is the smaller one, so I just went ahead and use a toothpick and just cram it inside there, and just holds the bacon onto the paper. We've just got a few left here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these wrapped up, and then we'll be back. Okay, we're down to the last one, the real good one. I'm gonna run inside and get some more toothpicks. I didn't grab quite as many as I needed. So I'll run inside and grab some and be right back. Give me just a second. All right, here we are. I got some toothpicks. I went in to get some longer ones. This big pepper, they'll work out perfect. So I can get this bad boy wrapped up in bacon. I might have to use more than one for him. Yeah, that's only about halfway. I guess we'll go ahead and use some of these pieces on here, I guess. Yeah, that'll work out great. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead. This guy's an experiment here, so we're going to see how this one turns out. Just going to jab it in there. We'll go ahead and put one up here at the top to make sure we hold it in good. I'm sure every one of y'all know, but just in case you don't, you just stick it through. I mean, it's no rocket science. Just anywhere, anyway, it doesn't matter. You're just trying to hold that bacon on from falling off on your grill. Set it on. So there we go. We got all these pieces here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on the grill also. While I'm over there, I only got a few pieces left. I guess I'll just go ahead and cook all of it. I might as well. It's not gonna hurt, so we'll take it with us. All right, so I'm gonna go inside, get my hands cleaned up, and kind of clean up here a little bit. Then we're gonna get over to that fire, get it going. All right, we're over here with the fire now. Got all cleaned up, all that bacon off of me. Make sure this is good here. Coals are burning good and hot. Go ahead and put a few more sticks of wood on here. Alright, that'll be good there. Let's close this up. I don't really like to get fire on my grill just because it rusts quicker, but sometimes you just got to. Just got my wire brush here to cleaned up. Got that cleaned up there. I'm gonna let this sit just maybe a couple more minutes. Got them new boards I just put in start burning, and then I'll be right back and we'll put these peppers on here. Okay, got you guys brought in pretty close here. You can't see me, but I don't think you really want to. You just like to see what I'm doing here. So got these bacon on here, little bacon pieces. Might work out, it might not. I don't really know. Like I said, I haven't really. Usually, if you cook bacon, you want to use it on a flat grill, but you know, I'm here, so I'm just trying it out. Like I said, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We'll see in the end. Probably not going to be too pretty. Doesn't seem too bad right now. Whew, smoky. A lot of times I cook these on the fire pit. You know, we might be having a campfire, and that's where I cook these peppers at. But I keep this grill around so I can cook them on here. Woo, I'm getting smoked up. How about you guys? Yeah, you're getting some of it. Ooh, making my nose run. Some nice and crispy bacon. Whew. It's frying up pretty good here. Cooking up. I don't know if you'd call this frying up or not, but it's cooking up good. Yeah, that's great. All right. I think we are doing good. Get all these little small pieces off of here. I don't want them to get cooked too much, but we want to make sure they're fully cooked. It's hard to tell sometimes with the light of the fire going. Shoo-wee. Then you add the smoke on top of that in the eyes, it makes it a little bit worse. I'm gonna wait and I'll cook the big pieces of my bacon last. Looks good there. Let's see here. Let's bring this up here. How's that looking? Yeah, buddy. Won't focus up very well, will it? There we go. Shoo-wee! Looks good. The camera makes it look a little red, but it's not red. I'll go ahead and shut this down and let that fire kill out just a little bit. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. I keep looking down and my phone's going off, so hope y'all didn't miss very much. These are just about done. I mean, it's just a minute longer and these are going to be good. Real good. I don't really like the way my skewer ones turned out just because you can't flip them as well as the singles. But they might work out fine. I'm hoping they do. You kind of want to just squeeze them. You can see me there just kind of squeezing them. And I'm checking the peppers themselves to see if they're soft yet. You want a little bit of a crunch, not too much. You can see here where it's pretty charred. That's what you like to see. That's what I like to see. Then it's a real nice, nice bite. I'll leave that lid open. I want that fire to kick back up. I don't want just heat. I want fire on these suckers. It's kind of fast paced with the fire going, but if you want cheese left inside, you got to have the fire. Alright, I think that was going to be good. See if I can bring that in there for you. That sucker looks great. I'm going to wait just a minute. I want it to be a little longer. I like to make sure that bacon's cooked. You see how the bacon's falling off of this one? I should have used a longer toothpick. I use them short ones on these ones, so the bacon's all unraveling. That's the problem you have, so it's just a mistake. Well, it's still going to be alright. It ain't going to taste too bad. Alright, I think that one's good there. Start taking them off. Pliers here to grab the end of these skewers, because they are, like I said, they're metal and they're hot. And I didn't really think this one through, so I won't use these again. I think these are done. I'm going to pull these off. And I got this one left. And like you can see here, my bacon come unraveled. But it's still cooked up good. Need a little bit more on that bacon there. Like I said earlier, if I had a choice, I would not use the thick bacon. I didn't really realize that's what I had. But I won't do it again. I'll make sure next time. You can see on this pepper here, you cooking in that straight flames. You see that cheese? Oh, that's one wasted down the drain. I was trying to show it off, and I wasted it. Well, that's a waste. Still got some bacon. That's what I get. Get some more of these on here. Probably shouldn't do two of these at once, just because of the pain in the neck that they are, but I'm doing it anyways. We're gonna let these cook, and then we're gonna be right back. Alright, here we are. Let's take these now. Been on here for a second. Go ahead and try to flip them. I'm not liking the way I did this. I'm not thrilled with how I done it. They're not flipping very easy, so I'm going to have to just make sure they don't stick. Uh-oh, I just pulled that bacon right off. Oh, I let that one sit too long. Yeah, I would suggest you do not use the skewers. They're not working out very well. They're cooking, they're doing all right, but I like to flip them back and forth, turn them, and get every side on that fire, but it's not working out very well, so I won't do it this way again. I've just got one. Okay guys, it has cut in and out a few times. I don't know what's happened. Out of storage or something on there. Didn't realize it till it was already off. I don't know how long I've been talking, but sorry if you missed some of them. I had to get those off just because I didn't want them to burn. So we're gonna I just put the last skewer that I've got on here on. We're gonna let these cook, and then I'm gonna put that I want my big pepper last. I'm gonna do it by itself. So we just got these ones on. I shouldn't have any more problems with the phone. And then we'll cook some of that, like I said, that bacon. And I'll go ahead and put some of that bacon on now. Might as well cook it while we got open space here. Cook this all at the same time. Get this bacon cooked. And like I was saying, I want my big pepper. I'm gonna cook it by itself. I can't wait to cut into that sucker. I guess I'm just cooking a couple pieces at a time. I was saying I'm not going to use these skewers again. I like to be able to flip them over and turn them repeatedly multiple times while I'm cooking them. I like the fire to go on all sides, and it is not working out that way with being on the skewers. So I won't put them on these skewers again. I've never done it before, and I think I told you already, it was just the last minute. I thought maybe it'd work out great, but it's not. It's not worked out great at all. What else I just thought about was I'm going to have to go inside. Oh, salt got me. When I put them on the platter inside. Woo, sorry. Got me good. When I put them on the platter inside, we're going to have to take each individual one off just so people can eat them. So that's again another reason why it's not the best idea. It's cooking up nicely. It's a little chilly out here. Hope they're not going to cool off too much, but they'll be right good eating temperature by the time I get inside. It's really not taking very long. Like I said, it only takes just maybe 5 minutes on each side. It's not long enough. Not long at all. I want to bring you guys along, show you how I do it. And like I said, everybody has their own way of doing it, but I have never seen a video yet where their cheese does not melt out. Maybe it's there, maybe we just haven't seen it, but like I said, I haven't seen it, so I want to show you guys how to keep your cheese from melting out of your hot peppers. These here just a little bit, just a little longer. They're almost done. Ooh, look at there. Just poof right out. I'll go ahead and take these ones off. I think they're going to be good. I'm going to bring it over here to show you. Oh, I got the smoke in my eyes. Yeah, it's really hard to see there, but They are looking good. It's not melted out. That's the main goal, was to not have all the cheese melted out. Got a few more pieces of this bacon I'm grilling up. I'm going to put my big pepper on here. Oh. Alright, now it's time to cook the Big Bertha. I'm excited for that one. Let's hope I don't mess it up. That's my first time cooking a giant one like that, so I'll be let down if I mess it up. But like I said, it's an experiment for the most part. Whew. A lot of smoke. That's what you need right there, though. You need all them flames. The smoke is good for the bacon, probably. It's not bad for it just to cook, but for the peppers themselves, you've got to have the fire. It's very important. Woo-hoo. Looking good. And just like I said, like you see there, I'm letting it cook on one side a little bit, and I'm rotating it over. You don't want it to be too much on just one side will burn. You don't want it to burn. The bacon, you know, everybody knows how to cook bacon, I think. I'm just throwing it on there because I've got it. It's left over in the package. I guess if you like to watch bacon get cooked up, it's a good video for you, but it's not about cooking the bacon. It's about cooking these hot peppers. And everybody's got a different name. I mean, there are jalapeno poppers, hot peppers, cheese stuffed jalapeno peppers. I mean, there's so many names everybody calls them, and everybody cooks them their own way. But this is what's worked best for me. And all my family, my friends, just everybody loves them. Once they eat mine, then every time we have a get together or camp out, I'm elected to cook them. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but maybe they're trying to make me feel good, but whichever it is, they sure do devour them pretty quick. Most of all, most important, is the cheese does not melt out. Whew, the smoke has got to me good. I think this is going to work out great. This is going to have to be sliced up. This one you can't just eat. And just one or two bites. I guess you could say this one's for a family of 4. Alright, I think we got about, this one here is about ready. I'll burn my fingers. If I don't drop it, if I drop this, I'm gonna catch it and I'm gonna burn the crap out of me, but I ain't letting this hit the floor. Or hit the ground. Look at that. See how that cheese, none of that cheese is melted out of there. Can't really see it too well. But it is great, man. That looks wonderful. I'm gonna get this put on this platter before I drop it. I might cry if I drop that sucker. Close that up, let that fire go out. I'll bring y'all over here. It'll be a bumpy ride here in a second. So here they are. They are great. You can see every one of these got the cheese. I dumped one. I guess I left it upside down so it drained out, but there they are. Let's go inside and try these suckers out. Check it. Here, I'll hand it to you.
Okay.
I'm not handing you the food. You're just gonna get the plate. Alright guys, here we are. We got them done. We come out and check the fire, make sure it's going out. I put another log on there because it's cold out here, but it's going fine. So here they are. My wife's gonna try some. You see her in the watermelon video. Just don't get the toothpick. Still got cheese. We'll show them. Let's come look. Go up close. Let's look here, guys. She's camera shy, maybe. A little closer. A little closer. Look at that. Nice cheese all still inside. That's the best part about it. They good?
They are good. This one's a little spicy. It is good though.
I had some seeds in some of them.
I guess you did.
And the bacon even turned out good. Like I was saying, you don't want to bite into a toothpick. Won't feel good. Alright guys, we're going to eat these peppers and we're going to get inside first because it's cold out here. But anyways, thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. You're not going to want to miss the next videos coming out. Thanks.